this.
Welcome to my YouTube channel. Please try this. A channel motivated to share knowledge, a channel that loves you. And it's me, your boy Pindeni, and I'm pleased to join you as we are going to be fulfilling one wise man's words, which say that designing is not complete without either drawing something or sketching one or two things. That's what we are going to be doing here. We need to put our characters on paper. We bring them from our minds and we put them on paper. From paper, we put them in our 3D software. We turn them into a game asset, and from game asset, we put them in our game. So let's put them on paper. Today, I'm just showing you a cheap way of drawing your characters. Sometimes if you have a digital drawing pad or a digital drawing board, it's fine, you can use it. But for those who don't have such technology, what you can do is just take your A4 size plain paper like the one I have here and your pencil like the one I have or a pen, and you start drawing your characters. So let's take our characters from our minds and let's put them on paper. Remember from my previous video for this indie game Bullet Hell project, which we are doing in Blender and Armory 3D, I say that we have the 4 heroes who will be destroying the viruses. So I'm going to write here 4 heroes. These heroes are what we call military dust particles. So the way I see them in my mind is they are spherical in shape. So let's bring them on paper. This is a sphere. And what they will have is a camouflaged helmet. Because remember, something military can be identified using a camouflage. So let's label this camo helmet. Like real human soldiers. So this is a camouflaged helmet. And what I want them to do is to have some glasses. You know, some military glasses. Like so. And the color of the glasses should match the color of the helmet. So I'm going to label these glasses. Or some may say they are shades, you know. Military shades, military glasses. So they are going to have these googles. Then I want them to have a gun holder. So it will be here looking like a mask. This is where in my game I'll span my gun which will shoot. So there will be some gun here where the bullets are going to span from. And from my design, so let me label this gun holder. From my design, what I want to do is to differentiate each hero by color. They will have a similar structure, but we can define them or we can identify them with the color they hold. In my mind, what I imagine is Pin will have a green color, Mark will have a blue color, and the female characters will have some female-ish color. So, on the side view, remember it's a sphere, so I want to see how I'm going to model the side. We have this camo helmet, remember from this diagram. So this is a side view. And the glasses are going to come from here. And then, you know, they will come through to there. So these are those glasses which we talked about. And then the gun holder is going to be here. And it will be extruding a little bit from the mouth. Because I was thinking, should I put a mouth or should I put something like a gun? And I just decided to have a gun holder rather than a mouth. I just felt it would be weird in my design. So this is where the gun is going to span from. And in the game, this is where the bullets are going to come from, you know, as we shoot and destroy the viruses. As the player shoots and destroy the viruses. So this is the plan which I have. So let's label this camo helmet. And this is our gun holder. Remember, we are going to bring them to life using our Blender 3D software, which we downloaded in previous videos. So we are going to bring them to life using that software. Right now we are just trying to see if whatever we have in mind makes sense. Now, I'm done with the 4 heroes. It's time to define the guns they will be using. So I'm going to write here guns. The guns they'll be using. So just like any bullet hell game, we are going to be having different guns. And these different guns are going to be strategically fit for a different level in the game. For example, there's a time when a player needs a spreader. There's a time when a player needs a certain powerful gun, etc, etc, just like a feature set we find in bullet hell games. So for the initial, we are going to have a spreader represented by a letter S, and this spreader, as you know, is a gun that just spreads out from one point source. So we'll be spanning these bullets from one point source, and the guns are going to move to spread across the whole screen as the player destroys the viruses. We're also going to have a green antidote, which is a gun I believe should have bullets that are more of like pointy, like missile, you know, mostly like a missile. Yeah, something like this. And these guns can be upgraded, so we will see as the bullets grow, thereby gaining more power to destroy viruses. We are also going to have a laser. And as you know, lasers are just beams of energy. So we are going to have laser gun represented by L. This one will be represented by a letter G in the game. In case a player wants to see which gun they are going to be picking. S is for spreader, green antidote, and lasers. So for the initial setup, these are the guns I have in mind. Maybe I'll add a plasma gun. So let me write plasma. And the plasma will be going like a sine wave. It's more like this. It will be a plasma gun represented by a letter P. So we're going to also have a plasma gun. And I may also add a gun which I'll call a fire gun. Fire gun. And of course, this one will produce fireballs. So it will be represented by F. I feel having something with fire will make the game more interesting. And I also wanted to say on this diagram, as I was recording this video right now, I just thought maybe we can have also flames. You know, when you are playing a game, we may have some flames here for when our heroes are moving. They will have some flames so that we see the energy that is making them fly. So we may have flames. Let me write here flames. Right, so that we have some flames which will be showing the power and the energy that is making them move more of like a rocket. So now I'm now going to their adversaries, which is the viruses. So let me write here viruses. Yes. Viruses are just going to follow the real-time structure, biological structure of viruses, which is we have a sphere-like with spikes. So viruses are going to have spikes, and they will have the ability to reproduce and you know, multiply across the screen and also shoot other viruses, mutate, and do funny things in the game. So they are spherical and they are also spiky. That's what I have in mind. So these are the viruses, and the bullets they are going to shoot, of course, let me go here and say they are bullets. They are going to produce some form of icospherical viruses. So they are children of viruses. These are the bullets a player will be dodging in the game. So I'm going to say icosphere viruses. Right? Now we come to the main adversary of the game, the final boss, which is the sea monster. The one who unleashes the viruses on the world. And I had different plans for this. At first I thought I may have a humanoid figure with snakes, or I may have a jellyfish. So for this game I think I'll put on a jellyfish. So it will be a jellyfish, an evil jellyfish. So jellyfish have this big head, have this big head structure. And my jellyfish is going to have a big one eye. Big one eye here. And what I wanted, maybe I'll put a snake texture on the other part so that we see how scary and evil it will be, so that we catch the player's emotion, so everyone will be determined to destroy this evil jellyfish. So let me say a snake skin texture, and I hope I'll find them on free websites that offer free textures. And this will be the one eye. We will weaponize this one eye in the game, maybe to shoot a laser, laser that will be like across the whole screen. And jellyfish have these strands. I don't know if we can say it's the jellyfish legs. I don't know. So my sea monster is going to have these strands of legs. And I don't know how many I'll put. But I'll also weaponize these. They will be shooting something. So they are weaponized. Something like this. So in conclusion, this is what I have in mind, and this is what I've put on paper. You can do the same for your own indie game project. Whatever you have in mind, just put it on paper so that you know what type of model we are coming up with and to see if it makes sense. Thank you very much for watching. Remember to subscribe if you are new, like and share my videos. Thank you very much.